Okay, so I'll come out and admit it. Yes, I am the Son of God. Now, that is not something that I would normally bandy about, because I've read about what happened to those who've claimed it in the past. But my granddaughter forced my hand. She looked up at me with her 4 3/4-year-old eyes and said matter-of-factly that her friend Michaela's family all believed that Jesus was the Son of God. There was that slight hitch in her voice at the end of the word God, as if acknowledging that there are things so far beyond all this that they cannot be comprehended and must be spoken of reverently. I recognized that hitch from when I was nearly as young as she. That's why I had to blow my cover and come out and say it. I could not resist the temptation to reach out across the generations and present some of my accumulated perspective for her before it crumbles to dust along with me. When I first heard the long list of assertions in the Apostles' Creed, I was told, this is what you will accept, word for word, without question. It took me my adolescence before I overthrew Catholicism. I overthrew parental control a few years later, and it actually took a few decades before I totally overthrew the apron strings of my creation itself. I created an Avalon ballroom poster in which I placed a picture of my mother's smiling face instead of that of Mr. Zigzag, and listed her as the headliner over Big Brother and the Holding Company and the Quicksilver Messenger Service. Viz.
You did!
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
My mother had long since gone and wouldn't have had a clue anyway, but there it was, the ultimate revolution, all said with love. I gazed down into my granddaughter's eyes and said, you know, some people think that God is a cow. Others think that God is an elephant. Some think that God is a cargo plane flying overhead. And still others think that God lives somewhere in New York City. God is whatever you want God to be. One can even define God to be no God at all. So I'm willing to accept that Jesus was the Son of God. But then again, so am I. So is your daddy. And you, my sweet future, are a daughter of God.
I think he lives on the Lower East Side. Harlem.
He moves around. It's a rent control thing.
Yeah.